Hello everyone, welcome back to Minecraft where we are constructing the Braille class bird of prey. I've just been kind of up here taking a look at all this empty space here, trying to figure out exactly what I want to use it for. Because, this space down here, except for some of the small details, is for the most part, well, I'm not going to say done, but I mean, I got the layouts done. I still need to try to work on these doors to try to come up with a better solution for them. I need to put in a plate on that side, but we got once again, let's go through that. We have through these rooms we have once again the transporter room with fully functional transporter. We have the armory, which is for the most part open, and I think I want to modify this and actually put some chests in here where you can, we don't have laser guns in this version of Blender, or not Blender, I'm sorry, in this version of Minecraft, thinking back to my other series. So you can't put laser guns in there, but some bows and arrows and things and stuff. And I know we can mod it in, and if I'll leave that option available if somebody wants to do it. We have the mess hall, which I'm probably not going to put a door in because I don't see much of a reason about why the mess hall would really need a door, so to say. But we're going to come back to this in a minute. We got the captain's room. We got the first officer's room right there, and here we have. This was going to be. I forgot what this was going to be. Was this going to be a guest room, maybe? I don't remember now what I was going to do with this. But then we have in here this. Oh, I still need to finish this area right here. Um, but these were going to be. This right here was the crew quarters, holding one, two, three, four, five, six, seven, eight, which would be an. Oh, okay, I know what that other room was. This, not this room, but this other room here was also another. No, not this one. This one right here was also going to be another quarters, but it's not for the captain, it's not for the first officer, but it's for another senior officer. Kind of like, okay, well, if the captain, and the first officer, it's the next in charge, and he's in here. So, or I might actually put two beds, so it's kind of a semi-private room for two other senior officers. You got one, two, three, four, and then the eight in there. So that would total up to the 12, to the dozen officers and men which serve aboard this ship. And I don't see on a ship this size them putting in extra rooms. Okay, and this room right here was going to be kind of a conference room, ready, conference room, battle room, strategy room, it's where they can go in and the officers can go in and talk. Shrunk this room down because we worked back here into the engineering room. I'm going to be putting in automatic opening doors right here, similar to what we had up there, but started, yeah, really kind of trying to flesh this out. Got some extra walls put in, but we have now right here is the reactor, or what the reactor is in its current state. I'm not modeling this. Well, yeah, this is eventually going to be all completely modeled, but um, debating about whether if I should move all of this, even these rooms here, one more block over, because I want to try to kind of decorate this a little bit. So, but I don't know, maybe leaving that like that would be all right. But, we got that, and we have it where this engineering room is on two decks, as I said. So we got the other portion right here of the Klingon reactor. So it goes down, comes up into right here, and I'm looking at possibly try to maybe mimic something like some sort of little crystal area there or something. Because if you look in the starships of the movie era, there was a impulse crystal where warp energy was shot up through, extra warp energy was shot up through, and it was diverted using a warp crystal or an impulse crystal into the impulse engines, or I think that's probably how it works. My science may be a little bit off, so I'm pretty sure that some of y'all that are real big into stuff like that is probably going to correct me. But this is the engineering room. So I was looking at this big spacious area, trying to think of about what I want to do with this area here. We definitely have some room. You know, really we've got a lot more room in here than I ever thought that we would probably have. I mean, even if you figure, I mean, some of this is probably still going to be a bit of engineering because as you can see right here, we have these the warp chiller grills, which also act as the mechanism that folds up and down the wings. I know that they're dual purpose, so we got those. So yeah, there's going to be some more engineering stuff back into here. So, but this front portion, not so much. We got these little areas here, which there's something that goes on in here somewhere because there's definite windows there. And I'm actually even considering about possibly moving um, the officer quarters maybe into these areas because giving the officers, the captain and the first officer, their own windows that they can look out to see what's going on. So, or maybe moving the conference area up here. So I really haven't quite decided. I'm still thinking about it. That's what I was kind of looking at when I was up here. This right here might be kind of like a little forward viewing area, but once again, as was referenced in Trouble with Tribbles, the Klingon ships don't have a lot of room for quote unquote non-essentials. So but yeah, we're gonna be doing some work. I mean, there's still work to be done outside, but minor details and everything, but nothing really to actually that I'd feel like I had to probably show you. Oh, down here, this back portion I still need to kind of work on, but this is looking all right. I still need to measure this off to try to get the exact footage of what a of what Scotty quoted it as saying, which for the life right now I can't remember what it is, but leave some room back here to where we have the ramp that will well, it won't open up in this area, but you can see in the movie there is a ramp that opens up to where the crew can walk down, up and down inside the ship. And for the most part, I mean, some of those scenes on those ramps look like they were pretty accurate, just not the rest of the size of the rest of the size of the ship. So, but yeah, that's all stuff that I'm going to be working on off the screen. You know, I think we're going to kind of work a little bit more on some of the mechanisms of this. I mean, so we got a whole other door back here. We got a probably not going to put a door here. Maybe I might. I don't know. I'll think about it. No, I'm not going to put a door there. We got a whole other door back here that goes into the engineering section. We need to go ahead and set up the redstone for that. And I talked about how I was going to take these and instead of making to where they're always active, they need redstone in order for them to be activated. So either there would be, um, probably not. So I might be looking at trying to modify this to where there'll be kind of a master switch somewhere to where you can flick it on and that will turn on this redstone torch here, which will also turn on redstone. You know, um, I don't know how to do it up there, but maybe I'll just probably just put switches on them. That you could turn on and off, so you can actually deactivate the doors, so to say. I just need to figure out how to make it to where we want just one switch, to where you can have it to where the door is one. Well, no, it wouldn't be one way. Um, I don't know, but yeah, probably make it to where these can be active, turned on and off. So, once again, you from here, from the engineering section, you can actually just lost my train of thought there. Give me a minute. Oh, and I still need to move the firing, the firing mechanism up here. I haven't even done that yet, so I'm gonna be doing that today. Be moving the firing mechanism up here, looking at ways of tying this into either into a master switch that could power this all up, or an individual switch that will power all three of those at the same time. Therefore, effectively turning on and off the ability to open up those doors. And also, I'm going to be working on some redstone mechanisms for the dining area. Because what little dining area, I got to try to fix that too. That little hole right there. Or maybe I could leave that. Um, but what type of dining area is it without a replicator? So we're going to be trying to work on the mechanisms for that. I might actually see about putting it in one of these corners, but actually have a kind of a working um, replicator installed. And we'll look at a couple of other things as well. But um, but yeah. So I'm going to go ahead and we're going to kind of get started working on that. And let me go ahead and I'm going to cut out right now and move that firing mechanism up here, maybe work on a couple other stuff, and I'll cut right back in and we'll take a look and see what we got. All right, decided to go ahead and cut back in. As you can see, currently what I'm doing right now is flushing out some more of the details on this, on the the cargo bay area. And I kind of be honest, is now that I was working on this, I was thinking that this cargo bay area is just a little bit too, I mean, maybe too big for a ship like this. But then again, I mean, there's still a lot of free space that we got to work with, so I guess it's not entirely unbelievable. But but yeah, just kind of just working on some of these little areas here. Let's see, we got, how many did I do? One, two, three, four. One, two, three, four. Oop, did a few too many, but let's see. This goes out just like that. But it's coming along pretty good. I mean, I still have a lot of work to do because even when I get done with this side, now I got to replicate everything on that side, and I think it's a little bit too late for me to kind of do the replication feature that I've done with the whole outside part of the ship at this point in time. Because one, two, three, four. There you go. Because if I try to do that, then it's going to probably break some of the redstone contraptions that I've been working on, and I don't really want to do that. But I've been doing a lot more than this, and let's go take a look back up at the engine room area. So, and I've also went ahead, and as you'll see here, did some changes to the doors. I've actually added in the door here to the storage slash equipment, gun room, armory, or what have you. Let's go ahead and, oops, let's go ahead and do that right there. There we go. That works. So I put these doors on everything except for this room here. Still don't know if I want to put a door right there, but put a door into the armory. Still did not put a door right here, but oh, let's go in here. I got these replicators now put in. Now I didn't do anything fancy with them. They're just simply droppers pointing down with food inside it, and you push this button and it randomly drops food. So let's no, I don't care. So you go in through it, and I think it actually kind of goes on a cycle. Let's see, went like that. Yeah. So next should be chicken. Then next should be bread. So yeah, it goes through a cycle of all the food into that. I put more food over in there, and I haven't quite done the same thing here. I mean, well, I've done the exact same thing. I just have put food inside it. But yeah, that's going to be the replicator. You come up, click on it, drops your food. You can come over here, take a seat, eat your food, then go back out. And if you want, go to your quarters. So once again, we got the captain's quarters here. Need to put a little more decoration into the quarters for the second in command. And here are the first officers or senior officers, you know, quarters right here where they have kind of a semi-private room. I kind of figure that maybe one's always on command, the other one can stay and sleep. So they do have some form of privacy. And then we can go through here. We got, of course, their junior command's room, but you've already seen all this. But I went ahead and replaced all the doors there. Don't really like the sound effect that this is doing, but figured if y'all are ever using this, y'all can just change the sound effects whatever you want. I think you can actually do command blocks to play certain kind of music. But here we got the engine room, and as you can see, it looks just a little bit different. Put some red glass in to kind of make it look more like conduits, and put another set of blocks over here. As you can see, this door now opens and closes just like all the other doors. I need to probably find a way to put a light source somewhere around here. I need to put a light source, but the doors open and close. That's what all these right here are doing, just like on the other side. They test for if the player is near these coordinates, and if so, sends a redstone signal to these blocks, which fill them with either sandstone or air. I tried a different configuration. I might have tried to, rather than this pyramid, try laying them down flat. And I think I tried it out in the test bed area, but for some reason it's not working. I can't quite figure out why. Even though that you have these comparators and redstone repeaters that's supposed to only allow it to travel forward and the redstone not to branch out, for some reason some of these other blocks are still going are activating. I think maybe if you have two blocks next to each other, one block can activate the other block. I need to test around with that, but I was trying to do more of a space saving feature. But more importantly, I got these switches here, and if we was to turn off this switch here, now the door will not open. Turn it back on, now the door will open. So one, like I mentioned, we'll now have the ability to where in here you can turn on and off the um, turn on and off the ability to open up doors. So we got this one here, and this one here takes care of the bridge. If I went all the way up there, now let's see if we can run. I'll show it to you. So this will give the engineer the ability to, you know, uh, have some controls. Yeah, see, this will not open now. So, so yeah, it's kind of an interesting little quirk that I think that was pretty good to add into this. And I'm going to go ahead and also try to do some other stuff, inside the engine room because even though this is starting to get just a little bit crowded, I think it's actually adequate for, an engine room on such a small ship. But we still got all this area, whoops, up here that we can go ahead and expand in. So I'm going to try to put some more redstone contraptions similar to that that will allow somebody in engineering to turn power on and off to parts of the ship. Like I'll probably put a something similar to this instead of testing for. It'll test to see if a Minecraft command block or mostly this switch here, if there's a switch that's can be anywhere arbitrary on the wall with no redstone connected to it. If it tests to see if the switch is in the on or off position, it will activate the forward launch and torpedo launchers, so you can turn on and off power to those as well. I'm probably not going to do the original idea that I had and have a switch somewhere that will turn off all of this, because that would just be a lot more um, redstone, and I don't quite have enough room for that. I could probably expand off that way a little bit to probably make that type of stuff. I figured, you know what, this feature right here just to turn off these, you know, just these areas right there. I think that's good enough. I think some people will probably have some fun with that if you decide to use these, for your own map. But we got all this space right here for engineering, and I'm thinking about maybe stopping the engineering right about. Now, see, this is going to be divided in two areas. We'll have engineering, which will probably stop right about there. And then here will be a hallway. So it'd be kind of a way of me to cheat a little bit, but I could put some more redstone contraptions here. And in fact, I could probably move these redstone contraptions completely up here. Because imagine, if you will, if we had a hallway, one, two, right there, one, two, three, right there, going down this way. And we're just talking here. Hallway going through here that goes all the way to other set of rooms, which would be here. We'd have all this space here that would be covered and not seen, that can also have some of those redstone contraptions, which will allow me to better decorate the engine room to make it look more like kind of an authentic engine room. So something to think about. It'd actually be more like that. Yeah. So something like that. So we'd have space on this side and the same amount of space on this side. All this space right here that I could probably move the redstone contraptions because there won't be, well, there might be like a door to access this, but won't be direct access or directly seen. So I think that would probably work out because I would really like to try to make this engineering room look a whole lot better. So, well, as far as that is all concerned, I am going to go ahead and probably call stops just for this episode on this Burrell class bird of prey. Next episode, or part of this episode, the series, I'm going to do things just a little bit different. I'm going to change it up a little bit. Well, I say a little bit. Actually, it's going to be changed up quite a bit. I've kind of had the intentions of when I started this to where I mean, this was, I don't know, this is probably, called, Burrell class bird of prey in Minecraft. But if you look at the screens, or if you look at the YouTube page, they're in a playlist. It's called Starships, Minecraft Starships. So at some point in time, I decided that I was going to go ahead and go have some fun with this and make it to where, okay, I see what I did. Where I was going to go ahead and um, make a whole bunch of different starships with this, and not all of them are going to be within the Star Trek universe. So, with that being said, I went ahead and decided I'm going to go ahead and actually get started on one of the other starships. I'm not completely abandoning the Burrell class bird of prey, and we are still going to come back to this and look at progress that I've made on it. But next episode, I'll start off with showing what I've done on the on this starship here, which for most of the interiors I'm hoping I should probably be done by then. But we'll start off in here, but then we'll go off and we'll work on the next starship that I have in mind, which I'm not going to tell you quite what it is yet, but I will say this is that I do plan on it not being a Star Trek ship. As I am a big fan of Star Trek, but they're not always necessarily my favorite ships. So, I've already have done, with this and the Akira class and Enterprise J and Blender, I've already done three, Star Trek starships. So I want to do something a little bit different. So I want to do a kind of a different ship. Now I already know what type of ship I want to do. One, two, three. I'm just trying to. It's just I'm kind of having conundrum that I'm trying to figure out about what to do because this ship, I mean the Burrell class bird of prey, this ship here, I am, it's I've been pretty lucky and I'm actually kind of surprised that I've been able to replicate the exact outside dimensions of the ship. And one, two, three, four. Oops. I miscounted somewhere. But managed to replicate the outside dimensions of the ship and still have plenty of room to make the inside of this look pretty spacious and close to what we've seen on screen. However, though, with this next ship, I don't think I'm going to be able to have that type of luxury. One, two, three, four. One, two, three, four. One, two, three, four. One, two, three, four. One. Well, pardon me here. Two, three, four. One, two, three, four. One, three, four. One, two, three, four. I must have missed one, two. Must have miscounted somewhere. Or is nope? That's right. All right, one, two, three, four. Yeah, I must have miscounted somewhere. Give me a minute here. There we go. All right, got it fixed. But anyways, as I was saying, the next ship that I'm going to do, I don't think I'm going to have that type of luxury. I can either meet the dimensions or match the dimensions on the outside of the ship, but the inside is going to be tremendously cramped. Or I can match the dimensions of the inside of the ship perfectly, but the outside of the ship is going to be slightly bigger than what it's really supposed to be. So I think I'm going to go ahead and go the route of matching the interior rather than the dimensions of the interior rather than the dimensions of the exterior, because if anybody wants to use that particular ship in any of their episodes or what have you or creations, I think they would have a lot more fun with the inside of the ship than they would on the outside of the ship. Just like I see with this ship here. Because I mean, with all these extra little rooms and buttons and stuff that you can do, I think you can have a lot more fun with the inside of the ship than you can with the outside of the ship. I mean, don't get me wrong. The outside of the ship is, pretty neat and pretty cool looking. And I had to say, I'm still very quite surprised with how this ship has, turned out considering the rudimentary, pixelation that is inherent with building with all these blocks and everything. But it's just a lot more fun to be playing on the inside because you can, press buttons and pull levers and open doors and do a lot more role playing than you can in the end. So the inside probably is going to be matched to scale of the dimensions of the ship, and the outside is probably just going to be a little bit bigger. But hopefully it'll still look like the ship. Now, what type of ship that is? Well, if you want to take a guess what it's going to be, feel free to. I'm just going to say it is. It is not a Star Trek ship that I've already done. Star Trek ships, I feel like I've kind of done them to death a little bit. So, after I get done with this, and the same thing once I get done with the Enterprise J and the Akira class, I'm probably going to hold off on some Star Trek ships. I might do one, replace maybe the Enterprise J with a different, maybe a different Enterprise or Star Trek starship, but I don't know. I'm thinking this and making this up as I go along. So, but I'm going to go ahead and call the episode off right there, and just want to say thank y'all for watching, and I hope that y'all enjoy it. Leave any kind of comments or anything, or in the comments below, or if you, and once again, if you would like to use this ship, once again I have not been able to find any place on the web that will allow you to. Here you go. That will allow me to post this as a download, and I don't quite right now have my own hosting site to do it. But if you want to use this, feel free to send me a text message or anything, either through my YouTube account or Gmail account or what have you, Google account. Send me an email or text message or something, and you know, give me your email address, and I'll be happy to email it back to you. And you're more than welcome to use it. So this creation is not. I'm building it, but it's not for me. It's not going to be for any maps or anything that I'm planning on doing in the future. Well, maybe, but you know, I'm building this for anybody and everybody to use, and also just for me to kind of have fun in Minecraft, work on my creation, creationism skills, and just overall to have fun. So once again, this is B-Bell Dan, and thank you for watching, and I will see you next time.